Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network. A lot of times what you get to do here is watch a great movie while people comment. What are we going to do today? A not so great movie. That's right, Starcrash.
Yes.
So stay tuned and crash some stars with us.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
And we're talking movies right now. I'm Kristian Bladt at Kristian DMZ, joined by Andrew Mena at Andrew Mena.
I'm at Andrew Mena. That's the name of my Twitter name.
It is indeed.
And we're off to a great start.
And many of you will know us from hosting the Mystery Science Theater 3000 Aftershow, which we did for an entire season 11 of Mystery Science Theater 3000. And to celebrate a great season, we hand-selected one of the movies. As I said earlier, it is indeed Starcrash. We're going to crash some stars.
We're going to crash them together.
One of the biggest reasons we've chosen this movie for a watch-along is, one, we want it to be the worst movie to have ever had a watch-along done for it.
That's a big
Number two, it is for free on YouTube. So
you
while you have us right now, go ahead and open another tab, that window, YouTube, type in Starcrash full movie.
Yeah.
And you can watch us, watch them.
Pull that up.
You know, and maybe if you don't want to watch us, you just want to listen to us, that's fine too. We're not going to take that personally. If you have the podcast version of it, we are going to do a countdown. We'll do it so that you can sync and hit play at the same time. So
it's like Dark Side of the Moon, but funny.
yeah, Dark Side of the Moon synced up with The Wizard of Oz, which I attended a screening of once.
Isn't it delightful?
I was not high. And I enjoyed it anyway.
You were the only one.
I was the only one. So again, this movie is Starcrash, and for those watching on YouTube, it is the version that looks like this. It might be longer than other versions.
Slightly.
If it is, we apologize.
Sorry.
But we will still talk about Stella Star as we go along. And for those of you that want to go back and see our Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode about Starcrash, you just go ahead and Google AfterBuzz TV, Mystery Science Theater 3000
Click
Aftershow.
wherever the link is. Up there, down there, that
right
way.
here.
Who knows?
Would be great if we
with
could,
YouTube.
if we could make the link and just blow it out to people. Which
There
again
it
on
is.
audio that was just like, well, why blow into it?
No, that
I was telling Andrew before we started that
Tell
because
us.
this is the Popcorn Talk Network. I was like, oh, it'd be fun if we had as props we had popcorn.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, the microphone is right next to my mouth.
Yeah.
So as we watch the movie, it would be like.
Yes. And this is just an impression. This isn't the actual nasty mouth sounds.
No, yeah, but we are going to start a new show called
Nasty Mouth Sounds Podcast. Yeah,
and
where
we're going to just chew popcorn while we watch movies. So
Yeah.
if you're interested, make sure you keep
and
an eye
other
out for that.
nasty snacks. Let's not pigeonhole ourselves.
Yeah, I'm going to have some Swedish fish
Ooh,
and
that's
really get them stuck
great
in my
call.
teeth.
I like gummy bears, but I like the Haribo. The kind of yeah.
You don't have to
Nice
tell
and
me.
firm.
I'm a gummy bear aficionado.
Yes.
In any case, we're just about ready for Starcrash, so if you have the link, you have it queued up. There's probably an autoplay ad there if you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
Make sure you get past that. And there's a lot of things in life we need to get past, but let's not pass up our opportunity for plugs. Tell people about the Dungeon Hole.
Oh, hey, if you guys like D&D or D&D podcasts or storytelling or just groups of friends being goofballs around each other weekly, listen to Welcome to the Dungeon Hole, available on SoundCloud, a new D&D podcast. You can also find it on Twitter at Dungeon Hole. That's at Dungeon Hole, DungeonHole.
And again, if you like a group or many groups of goofballs, go to bladtcast.com, BLADTCAST.com. In any case, it is time to settle in for the Roger Corman cult classic. Because you demanded it, we are going to start watching Starcrash in 3, 2, 1. Capsule! That was just for us.
All right.
A New World Pictures. Roger Corman presents proudly a New World Pictures release.
This is not a new world I was prepared for.
A longer time ago in a crappier, farther away galaxy,
In a world less populated by text.
spaceships not as good as the ones you're used to also fly overhead.
What does this look like to you? No, I meant a spaceship.
And that's all the time we have on Starcrash today. Join us next week where
That's
we
the
see
movie.
more ships and bluer stars.
Just those 4 blue stars. Oh, there's more blue stars.
Don't forget other ships.
I have a theory about the blue stars, you guys.
What's the theory?
I don't know yet, but it's
You're
they're
developing it.
important. Ooh, red star.
I like red star.
I like the red stars.
Yeah.
There's only 2 of them. They're outnumbered.
Well, that was because of the communist witch hunt. There weren't as many red
see.
stars.
Okay, so this is
Yeah.
the red and blue stars is all kind of a commentary.
Yeah,
on
it's
Soviet Cold War.
Murray
Wow.
Leinster.
That's-
That ship is
was that the
the
name of the
USS
ship?
Murray Leinster.
Oh,
I
goodness.
think that might have been an Easter egg. Hello, elevator. Goodbye,
Oh.
elevator. Yes.
Let's go down this hall. Oh, there's. All right.
Odd. He seems to have lost the majority of his helmet, but this is a great elevator because it doesn't go up or down. It just goes sideways.
Just put his hand right in that microwave.
I think that's an easy button from Staples.
Mm.
Look how easy that was. The
That was
elevator
future.
just moved
Mm-hmm.
from one soundstage to another.
Yeah.
And
Felt happy.
we will never see that man again.
No.
But he's really impacted our lives, I think. And wait for it.
And-
Slower, slower, slower.
Oh.
All right, good. And now, Purple Planet,
Ooh,
the
Purple
Prince Planet.
And the single orange.
Down to Alphabet Street Planet.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, and look,
Let's
another
have more
ship.
shots of the ship.
Is
You
this
know,
the same
I
ship
wonder
or a
what
different
this ship is shaped like?
Is it
It's-
square?
Let's see it from this side. Not enough. Ooh, inside. Nathan Fillion? I mean, are we right?
I guess they've seen me at the pool.
Hashtag Starcrash so white.
Yeah. That's the biggest knock on this movie is just how
Oh,
white it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Red Storm, Red
Oh.
Storm.
We knew those red stars were trouble.
And now the ship is red, too.
This is all the Soviet implications, just all of it.
By the way-
maddening the men.
Speaking of
Go
when
on.
I saw Dark Side of the Moon and
And was
Wizard of Oz, this is actually something you need to be high to really fully appreciate.
This moment?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
The movie as a whole, but especially then. That's usually the signal to drop a couple tabs of acid.
Sure.
Hello, fast ship.
And look, another little tiny fast ship.
That's
Definitely
the
not on
Huey.
wires.
That's the USS Dewey. Do we have a USS Louis? There it is.
There he
Oh my God,
is.
3 ships. But really just one ship. 3 different takeoffs for one ship. Oh my God, it star
No!
crashed. That was the
It
most
star
painful star
crashed.
crash.
Wouldn't it be sad if that's how they refer to accidents in space? Oh yeah, there was a star crash.
It's a Nat and Patrick
sounds so
Wachsberger
cool.
production. When they work together, it's a lot better.
Marjoe Gortner
Yeah.
couldn't decide between Mary or Joe.
And Carolyn Monroe. Perhaps you know her. More famous sister, Marilyn. Not true. by
Not
the way.
even, yeah.
And Star Crash. Star Crash. David Hasselhoff gets 3rd billing. Not in
Wow.
this day and age.
I don't know.
Well, Joe Spinell, to be fair, this
I
was
mean,
some of his finest
this
work.
is the Joe Spinell movie, really.
Robert Tessier as Robert Tessier and Nadia Cassini. Yeah, he
Oh.
plays both parts.
That's
He's great.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
you blends.
And Christopher Plummer.
C. Plum.
Why? Why?
C. Plum in the Star Crash with
And-
the terrible.
And John Barry, I'm also very angry at you. The guy who did the James Bond theme decided that he was
Oh.
going to do this. The Christopher Plummer being in this movie, I mean, that has to be. I mean, his family was being held ransom or something, probably. You know, he just got a photo of a gun pointed at
I
his
think
dog.
he and Christopher Lee were just trying to out-movie each other. Like, I'll have more. No, I'll have more. And just...
Tonight on Star Crash, Stella Star crashes some stars.
Yeah, but that
Don't-
sounds like
please-
a solid...
By the way,
Don't do
please,
the spoilies.
no dialogue, everyone. No dialogue.
Let's
Just we really need to soak it all in.
Let's soak up this silence of space.
Is that space, or are they just looking for a parking spot
we
at
go.
the Glendale Galleria?
Well, in space, that's the same thing.
Even he's surprised by what his
Sexy,
hair looks
sexy
like.
space perm.
Aha! That sounds like a comment you would make.
Aha!
Aha! Looks like a cop. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. You can tell he's evil because he's squinting in space. Where the light is very dim.
Yeah, bald guys usually. Oh. Southern Police Robot M. Don't
I
worry,
mean-
I will never be your friend, and you will not feel sorry if I die in this movie.
That sounds like a prediction worth betting on.
And just in case you thought that the effects earlier in the film were too professional, too well done, now we have this.
Escaping in space. Quick, wiggle the camera so we know there's turbulence of some kind. No? All right. It's pretty chill.
He's not really that worried about it.
No, he seems pretty cool about it.
I think if we had perms, we wouldn't be worried in the situation.
Yeah,
either.
if you get a perm, your brain is just in a chill mode. People in these movies are at a whole different level.
Every line that Carolyn Munro says, she's surprised. It's as though she's reading it for the first time.
Right. What you can't see is the cue cards being held just off camera. Where is it? Did we see
It's somewhere in
it?
there.
Is it the green?
You're going to have to take our word for it.
Neutron star. Don't.
It was a neutron
look
star.
over here somewhere. Gotcha. Oh.
Personally, I was looking for the neutron sweet star. Thank you very much. Can you
Is that a thing?
eject from a spaceship?
I mean, if you have like some sort of ejector seat, sure.
That effect was the inspiration for Star Trek: The Next Generation. The first time they ejected the saucer section, they're like, we want it to be like Starcrash.
You're right. You know, I think this is actually the inspiration for Interstellar as well. Matthew McConaughey, clearly.
Clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank God you didn't do that. That would have been spectacular.
Good job, I guess.
Meanwhile, on an ironing board,
oh, hey, look!
you're in a spaceship. Why are you so
She's
surprised?
amazed by it. I've never seen one before. I'm always in them. You are having a look. Well, look with your eyes.
In space, no one can hear your eyeshadow.
I like to imagine that you always hear eyeshadow. It's musical,
I
maybe.
did too.
Wee little tiny Carolyn goes for a space swim.
So she's not tethered in any way. There's no
No,
jetpack.
she just goes for
She's
a
just,
jump.
I'm gonna fall on that ship and be able to get in. Oh, you're going inside, all right, Carolyn.
The next thing you see is me inside this ship, not some sort of weird set.
God forbid we see her actually enter the ship.
I like this design for a helmet, though.
Yeah, it's an
like-
empty jug of Arrowhead water.
Should we sculpt the head like a butt? Yes, like a butt. Michelin butt, though. Ooh, yes, a Michelin man butt.
Not a person butt.
No.
I feel so fortunate for that guy. Think about how lucky that guy is. He doesn't have to live through this movie.
Nope. He gets to start the movie dead. So much easier.
What a great beard, though. Oh my God, he's not dead. I'm so sorry, sir. You're going to make it.
Oh,
You're
no.
going to be with us for
You're
the
going
rest
to
of the
make
movie.
it into this movie. I'm so sorry. Except,
Water.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Health. Therapy. Red monsters, it just comes right back to the Soviets.
He's trying to alert her cleavage that he can't see enough of it. Please, Stella.
Yeah.
Save my life. Show me some boob. Would you really say that?
Would you?
Oh, man. Come on, M.
You don't have to call. There's no call answer function. You just you're on the thing all the time.
Perhaps you know my cousin Lobot from Empire Strikes Back.
My son Voldemort will be on Earth soon. I need to see him put on a cowboy hat.
I want to see him also ride a mechanical bull.
Mhm.
Movie, can you help us with
Movie.
that? If you
Switch
really
it up.
If you really love us, movie, you'll give us that.
If you understand us, get in there.
Meanwhile, on a battleship game board, someone sunk my battleship.
What if I just open up a copy machine and then just slap a bunch of motherboards on it? Yeah, that sounds good. Maybe cut it around.
You know what you want to do is you want to put a red flashlight behind it, and then bada boom, here we go. Oh, so these are the bad guys because they have on the black version of that bad uniform.
Sir, I want to make a good outfit for space villainy. You think black leather? Yes, black leather. What about me? Satin? I think satin.
Satin cloak. It's misplaced swear word in
My
there.
sweet high collar.
That arrow's pointing to his unibrow.
Down here is my face.
Uh-huh.
They're not using those crystal balls in the background at all.
No, because they didn't get the warranty, so they're under strict orders to not touch them. Yeah.
They're rented.
It's weird because this film was made in English, but it looks like it was dubbed.
It does. It could have just been all dubbed after the fact. They could have gone, oh, this dialogue doesn't work at all. Let's make up new stuff.
Actually, I'm reading the packaging. This is the dubbed Canadian version of it. So there's going to be some product placement of Molson and some extra skiing.
Some stories and some boots.
Oh, a couple of boots.
Couple of boots. Go on. That
doesn't sound. It does not sound simple already.
It's not a task. Sir.
What do you think, Angry Howard the Duck? Apparently, the other duck didn't have a line there.
Oh no!
Oh. Shouldn't you be plotting the destruction of the Ninja Turtles?
Or the Power Rangers?
Oh, so this is apparently from...
Space Court?
They filmed this playing on a drive-in, this scene, because
Sure.
it's extra grainy and really far away. Oh, there he is. He looks fabulous in green.
Everyone wears a turtleneck in Space Court.
Stella Star. Yeah, that's right. I look hot in green, too, don't I?
Wait, where's your space turtleneck? Oh no!
What happened to the rest of her uniform?
Well, you know, in space, it kind of rips pieces off of a lady's outfit. It's weird.
The problem is every time he said penal colony when they were filming this,
giggle.
the actor who played M just couldn't stop laughing, so
Yeah.
they had to take him out of the scene.
Now you guys are just carting out those crystal balls. Throwing them in these steamers so I can have a delicious steamed crystal ball casserole.
I see London, I see France, I see Carolyn Monroe's kidneys. Yikes! It's a little tight. Yes, move down those stairs, but again, we only have this much of the set. We're saving the rest for Roller Boogie, so make sure that you do not walk out of this mark.
Everyone be in squalor, except for you, Carolyn. Put on this bikini. This is the section of space that's most like the medieval times. The restaurant, not the period.
No, not the
time.
actual
Yeah,
medieval
right,
times.
right.
Yeah, but look at your abs. So really, shouldn't we all do the Stella Star workout? That kind of sounds delicious, doesn't
I
it?
was say delicious
Burning
energy
it.
whips.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Delicious Energy Whips.
Have yours in the spicy flavor or in mild.
Is this Delicious Energy Whip? Oh, no, wait.
No. Shoulder attacks.
You don't ever want to attack her.
Spew, spew. Oh,
Ooh.
that's gruesome. Oh no, poor lady.
Lady, we never really learned anything about is now
learned
dead.
nothing about you. You didn't even hush the... That was his job. Carolyn Monroe, you've doomed all of these people. Yep.
I'm actually very emotionally invested in this jailbreak because of the simple fact
there he goes.
she's been in jail for 8 seconds.
Yeah. She's been in jail for 8 seconds
I've been at
12
this
hours.
for 12 seconds.
And she immediately gets the only 2 people willing to talk to her killed.
Yeah. Well, that's what I would do in jail.
Me too.
Then everybody knows you're crazy.
You're in charge.
Yeah. Children of the Corn, out of my way!
Children of Corn tried to kill her with a sword. Ha ha! She slices
All
them
right.
all. Just throw it like a javelin. Friend or foe?
Do I
I'll
have to land?
I'll just let you land. It's cool. Wait, no.
Okay, touchdown has to
serious,
happen off
Carol.
camera, though, please. Thank you. All right.
Maybe they could be hot.
Whatever's in there, I'm going to kill it. I love that sound.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we could get that as a ringtone?
I hope that's the soundtrack.
The entire soundtrack is just that sound playing.
It's called
again
Woo
and again.
Woo, and it's the title
Yeah.
track.
What if inside she went to
Seems
the top of a
legit.
slide and it was a Chuck E. Cheese inside?
Yeah.
She was
She
taking
slides down to a ball pit.
the ball pit of doom, though.
Ball
so
pit
we'd
of
be worried.
doom. Brought to you by Mattel.
I somehow didn't notice the last time I saw this that I think every frame she loses like a centimeter off of the outfit. Yeah. But the zigzag nature is very practical. Just imagine the tan.
Okay.
Imagine the tan lines if she had actually stayed on that prison planet.
I like to imagine that her tan lines for the entire year were just a Japanese symbol for money.
But this is my daddy's
I've
rifle.
got this bird by the neck.
All right, give us pouty, Carolyn.
Aha! I did the old hiding in a chair trick. Okay. I accept it. Let's move forward.
That's exactly how Princess Leia would have responded there.
Okay.
We gave it to the biggest redneck robot in the galaxy. Obviously, he's the one we trust the most.
Oh, it's the Iron Fist. I use my Iron Fist on the spaceship.
It was a lower budget movie. He actually has a copper fist.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Look at this different spaceship for a split second.
Igloo.
In space, they're very valuable.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
This is actually taken directly from Star Trek the Motion Picture. For the next 20 minutes, we're going to be looking at this. But
they actually just cut into that movie, and then 20 minutes into this, they cut back.
To be fair, Scotty is very impressed. Mm-hmm. The craftsmanship. You know what would make this movie better right about now?
Drugs?
Troy McClure.
Troy McClure.
I could rest right there in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. There's perfect room for me and my hair.
And then Doug McClure could come join him. And then we'd have all the McClures. A McClure collection. By Kristian and Andrew.
Slower. No,
slower.
Move the ship slower. Not too fast, too fast. Audiences aren't ready for that.
Yep. You ruined it. Let's start it over. Start the movie over.
The audience has to pay us by the minute, so let's not rush it.
Let's not see any faces in particular. Yeah. Let's look at elbows. How do you feel about elbows?
We'll go past elbows.
What about middles? Middles of things. What about superimposed images?
Like C Plummer.
C Plums.
What I will say is that he has the only cool outfit in the entire movie. Christopher, we can't pay you well, but you will be wearing the only cool outfit. Well, except for Stella's, obviously.
Right, obviously.
But I wouldn't wear that this time of year.
Well, I mean, you could.
It's after Memorial Day. Wait, was that guy green in earlier scenes?
I don't know.
I don't think he was.
I think he was. I think there was a green light on him, and we just assumed he was green from the light.
Well, I envy him.
We've seen this movie before, and this is the first time we're remembering he's green.
But he wasn't green in the earlier scene because I said he looked like Lobot.
This is part of the director's cut, I'm sure.
My goal is to talk over every line of dialogue the only good actor in the movie has. Yeah. Because, Christopher Plummer, you deserve better than this. Although, look at the volume in his hair.
Ooh. You want to listen to him, even though I
kind of do, because you look at him, and he's talking about the League of the Dark World.
See his reflection in her lips.
Count Dooku?
Mm-hmm. Well, C Plum. It's more like Count.
Count Von Count?
Count Von Count.
One crappy movie. What do you think?
I mean...
Would he be here if they found the planet?
What do you think your job is? I'm the king. I only need 2 chains.
Okay, I'm going to go on this mission for you, but you have to promise that there is a really attractive guy with great hair and a talking car on that planet, and then I'm in. Another way to say that is we're off to the races. See, that's the sort of thing I should have done beforehand.
I
Have a
think
whole
you're right.
page of
Have a
Hoff
whole page
puns.
of Hoffings. Did I give the eye or not?
I would go
Here
up
I
these
go.
stairs, except I'm translucent. Please don't call me. I've already been in this movie too much. They're not paying me like Marlon Brando and Superman. But I have a more intense face. Wait, I wasn't listening.
I've had a son too.
Am I your only son? Is that what I missed there?
What you are doing?
And at the back of the spaceship, also not much happening.
In the aft? This is aft?
I think that's
Port?
the starboard.
Port.
Because
port,
it's
port
there's
bird.
star on all sides, so every side is starboard, I think.
Port bird. Port.
Just don't give me the wheel because I've had a couple too many Zimas.
Mm.
Whoa!
Hey, look, I have powers now for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah. Just imagine how if I had had these powers earlier in the movie, I could have broken out from the prison on my own.
Right. Or done anything interesting.
It kind of seems like a waste to use your powers just to play a fancy game of Risk.
Also, make a little tiny chair that turns around real fast. You like that? You like that chair? It's gone. Take that.
That's what happens when you hire non-union special effects artists. That's a lesson to anyone making movies out there. Yeah, lean forward a little longer, a little further. All right, Carolyn,
Go
and
on.
break. So a droid who doesn't like to fly. I have never seen that before.
Also, they programmed you to get nervous? What a messed up human that was. I want my robot with neuroses.
Well, it's the guy who created Lieutenant Commander Data.
Mm.
He just felt like they wanted M to be a little bit more flawed.
I want my robot to pass the Turing test and also to piss himself sometimes, so I feel superior to him.
That was the least eventful hyperspace journey I've ever seen. And
Well,
I've been on many, by the way, Andrew. I don't know about you.
Time for hyperspace. All right, we made it.
And on the green planet lives the Jolly Green Giant and his little friend Sprout.
Oh.
Ho, ho, ho.
Also-
Green planet.
Just all the green things. Godzilla, chillin'.
Collard greens.
Oh, yeah. They live there.
I don't know. Let's find out.
Sure.
Green guy, go see if you can breathe.
Probably. Let's send the robot. No? Okay.
Sorry, M.
She definitely lost some clothes. Now she has no midsection of her bikini.
That was actually my favorite part because I felt like that was the excuse for staring at her.
Yeah,
I
it was
trying
like,
to
oh,
figure it out.
cool, look, it's the... And she had the yen kind of sign going on, but nope.
Now I'm
That's
just being
a straight
creepy.
bikini.
Just staring right at the tummy now.
Bikini and knee boots.
All right.
Cover those shins, young lady, but let's see a little leg.
Now we're going to star in our own spin-off series.
Shin boots and Baldy? Shin boots and the robot? I'd watch it. And this door's closed. And now we're in Baywatch.
I believe that this was actually a short-lived ride at SeaWorld San Antonio.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Tied in with the release
They shut
of
it
the
down
movie.
after Blackfish.
Yeah. Well, because M unfortunately killed one of the
Well, I mean,
trainers.
yeah, they called him the Blackfish because he was a black colored robot.
Roger out. Man, Seacrest stole that from him.
Seacrest, we know your games.
Seacrest loves this movie.
Yeah, he does. This is the same beach they filmed Planet of the Apes on several times.
Get away from me, you damn dirty Stella Star.
You crashed them all! You crashed all the stars!
Yeah, probably not. All right, let's just go back to the ship. I don't think anything's down here.
Well, due to my doggone programming, I do reckon that these here are some corpses.
Still, I reckon we could reverse the polarity and probably reignite the thrusters.
So far, I seem to have mostly the emotional compass in this movie, and I'm a goddamn robot.
Thank God her leather bikini has a holster for her weapon, by the way.
Mhm.
And by that, I mean her gun, not her
Right,
other weapon
her
that I
other-
might be referring to.
Right.
The weapon that Hasselhoff was interested in. One evil domain.
We found this weird bayonet, maybe. Now we're just talking on the beach.
You alluded to it earlier, but this is right about to be the weirdest episode of Baywatch ever.
Mm-hmm. Horse-ons.
Do you think one of them is Diana, aka Wonder Woman? Because this would probably be an
this
awesome
is a great
movie right now.
tie-in.
Yeah. If one of them's Linda Carter, we're in business.
Ooh, there we go. I was honestly hoping just one of them, or all of them, were just centaurs.
Are there lady
Those
centaurs?
aren't horse ladies. Those are horse ladies.
Peggy Segal's lookalike sister
Oop.
will take her revenge on people she doesn't know.
I mean, who wore it better? But also, everyone wore it.
I'm so embarrassed right now because he packed his space bikini. He just
But
didn't
he
put it on.
didn't wear it.
Oh.
Oh, shot in the chest. Robot. That seems unnecessary for a robot. You could just turn him off. Ha-ha. Kick.
Fighting choreography by Carl Douglas.
Ha-cha.
Ho, 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 ho.
Watch out. We've got the ends of these bayonets. We forgot our guns.
Okay, since you asked so nicely. Actually, you didn't ask nicely. Wait a minute. Wait for it.
My
Wait
fingers
for it.
itch.
Yes!
Fingers itching.
Unfortunately, that's just what he does when he dies.
Yeah. Death throes look a lot like Hope. Queen, eh? Well, let me take this off real quick.
I'll get back to the shoe store.
I'm gonna walk in a circle around you. So I
Two!
can check you out, but not
Two
in a
bad
weird
moments
way.
of exposition. She's watching another movie, isn't she?
Put her in the mind probe. Horrid there.
I forgot to load my doggone karate kung fu circuit, so I'm just gonna point this gun.
Just let me download how to be a hero for a minute. Hold on. All right. Time to save you.
Oh, that's good. I lost my neti pot. Follow them. Even though he said not to. We will follow him.
Do the thing.
All right. Oh, no.
Pew pew.
Wait. So people die different ways
Pew, pew,
depending
pew.
on the scene in the movie.
Yep.
Because sometimes if you get shot, you burst into flames.
You burst into flames, and sometimes you just get zapped
Yeah.
into another dimension. Perhaps I don't know. Maybe he's non-lethal right now, and he's just zapping them all to like a nice little cabana.
Good job, Em. Thanks for opening the door.
Get in there. I'm gonna be a robot.
Get her done! If you have a not working door and a not working key on your gun, you might be a redneck robot.
Pew pew pew. Eye powers. Activate Ladybot.
Statue of Liberty was going through some weird stuff at this point. She had just been kicked out of boarding school, and she didn't get into Brown. It was a really tough time, so let's not really hold it against her.
It feels like her eye powers didn't activate all of her. Like, I'm gonna activate parts of her legs, but not the whole thing. I don't want her to like full extension knee walk like a normal person. Let's just have her kind of shambling, just shambling. What about the arms? A little shambling, just all shambling.
Initiate wobble.
Gary shambling? No,
Gary Shambling.
that's someone entirely.
This is the theme to Gary Shambling's show.
Gary Shambling, the zombie. Welcome back. I'm Gary Shambling.
They're too far
sword.
away. I can't
Look at
stand
this
them.
sword wagon. Better hurry before she... Oh no, she threw the sword at a strange angle. Oh, she's right behind you now. And you are a lot smaller than you thought you were. Or bigger. Who knows? Yep.
If I had sprung for the Blu-ray version of this, it would really have brought out the clarity of just
Oh,
how
absolutely.
awful this sequence is.
I can
Nobody
see that.
rolls on the beach like Carolyn Monroe.
Absolutely. No, not like her anymore.
No.
Certainly. It was a different time.
No, there's...
Oh no!
Oh,
Look out above you, lady! You're getting shipped.
Right in the huddled masses.
Uh,
And she doesn't quite fall all the way down.
no,
That would have been expensive.
She has this moment of dignity where she reaches out in anguish and horror. Let's go while she's in her death throes.
Kick her.
Life in this universe seems to mean so very little.
Not sure why we were there, but let's just never go back. Does that sound
Amazon
all right?
planet was hard. Let's leave.
Can we go
And
to another planet?
she had beef with the main Amazon queen. That's probably not going to come up again, but, you know.
If this were Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the Amazon planet would show up 3 more times in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the plot for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is exactly the same as
Yes.
Starcrash. Yeah.
It's a remake.
Star
That's actually the same actor.
Star-Lord versus Star Crash, I believe is what it's called.
Starcrash Lord. Star-Lord Crash. Haha, my confidence is way higher now that I've escaped a place for some reason.
It's interesting that they just cut to a game of Galaga for the fight sequence.
Yeah.
They only had 2 quarters, though, so they had to get it pretty
They
quickly.
had to get it in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, as they say. Look at these 3 flying in formation. Can you predict where they'll be?
Is he green now, or only
I don't know.
semi-green?
Maybe he's a little green. Maybe he's getting space sick. Pew pew pew. These are the directions we really needed, Stella. What would
If
we
only
do
the
without
country
you?
would listen to you and go more to the left.
Womp, 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 womp. This has been Kristian's politics moment.
Yeah!
that was the most excited he's been this entire movie.
We're going to need bigger on the next take.
I love death! He just screams
Yeah.
into his, like, mom's
He's
face.
only happy when he's murdering.
Yeah. Any other time, and he might as well be at Applebee's. Is it already over? You already did it?
Sorry, buddy, you're a little too excited. Let's bring it down a notch. All right. We've done it.
He's got to whisper in a cool way.
I had to look in the Kama Sutra of spaceships. I meant to say Kama Sutra.
Yeah.
It goes back to the red stars.
Uh-oh.
Red Fox. Elizabeth, I'm coming to get you. Can't remember if that was a joke on Mystery Science Theater now that I said it.
Now I think it must have been.
It might have been.
Snow Fox?
But I can still wear my bikini, right?
I mean, obviously. No one said you shouldn't.
Now, this movie was released a good 2 years before Empire Strikes Back. George Lucas saw this and he was like, Snow Planet?
Snow Planet.
I'm in.
Now there's an idea. Quick, everyone, back to filming.
I'm trying to think what is the most degraded part of this scene right here.
Oh, all of it?
Yeah, it's just all of it.
Our patience?
Well, she's perfectly dressed for the ski lodge in the movie Avalanche.
Not even a robot. And I'm one of those.
You were right, Em. I didn't need to put on a hat. Hats are for sissies. I mean,
You know what snow does to a body? Unrecognizable.
3 launches. No, we're only about half an hour into the movie. It hasn't been quite long enough.
Probably.
Stella, you look sexy when you say anything. God bless you. Oh, wait, I'm glad you're a robot
I'm glad
too.
I'll survive no matter what. I don't really have any reason to be with you. But I'll hang around till you die.
Well, I could be down on the snow planet helping, but this is more fun. Take that, Scott Baio. I'm zapped now.
I have the power of life and death. I'm gonna make some fun little shapes. Look at that. Up.
That is the fast actin tenactin. Mother Brain from Metroid. What a rubbing her brain. That just seems a little creepy.
Uncouth.
She didn't say that was okay.
Seems
You need
patronizing. Don't
you
rub
need
my
to
brain.
ask. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, waiting to get hit in the
no!
back of the head by a guy who's green again.
Green boy went mad.
So you struck him on the back of the neck and were
Yeah.
convinced that you killed him.
I killed him real good, boss.
Can I see the body? No, you're going to take my word for it. It's fine. He's not going to get back up and use any of them fancy Scott Baio zaps.
You do know how to kill people, right?
Yeah, Control-Alt-Delete.
Yeah. Bopped him real good on the back of the head there. I don't know if that's enough. You might want to make sure he's dead before you call me. I am your boss.
Hey, boss, which one of us is green here, all right? I think I know what's going on.
I'm losing you in a tunnel. Bye. What is that?
It's like a function, but a bad one.
Oh no!
Look at the snow globe right there, though. It's
She
so
really
fancy.
emphasizes that mal too.
Yeah.
Where could it be? Over here? Let's go this way.
I really should have brought my snowboard.
Robot, can you slow down a little? I'm still in a corporeal form here.
It's weird. M has to be so much warmer than her, but he's just leaving her in his robot dust.
Yeah.
All right, Pinewood Derby winning. Here we come.
No, quit. Oh, it's not a race. On this planet, the clouds are so fast.
Dick. Not just wiggling on the floor right behind me.
Yeah,
He's
I did
definitely dead.
I did a real good kill. I killed him so good. Yeah, you guys are bad, and I'm a good kill man.
Wait a minute. You're still a robot, right?
You lie down in the snow. That's right. Okay, yeah, it looks good. And now you give me a little sass, maybe a little something a little feline. Meow. Give me a little meow. Well, I don't think they built you very smart.
You're going to be dead, but thank you for keeping my boobs alive. She's had a real change of heart when you think about how much she disliked him 20 minutes ago.
Now it's time to pray to your long dead god. I will see you again in Valhalla.
And the worst sci-fi sex scene ends in a snowy death.
And this one of the scenes that they cut is the scene where you see her dreams, where he's just speaking backwards. There are cards on fire. Chew those words.
I also don't tolerate functions.
Can you check out these white strips? I've been using them a while.
We did such a good job last time.
Punch to the face.
Punch to the face is a way to
this
die,
is how
right?
You kill people, right? Just hit them hard in the face. Kick
Oh.
the face.
Boot to the head. And another for Robbie.
Head to the body. Flip move. Kick to the face. It's all face work. Chip. Oh no, smoosh.
The weird
Not
thing is
smush.
that this wasn't even an actual planned fight sequence. The
No,
actor who
this is
played
just the
Acton was
actor.
trying to put his boot on, and it just could not get it to stay
could
on.
not get it on. Hiya! Superpowers. No reason that I didn't use them before now, but whatever. Hiya!
Yeah, he really is the Iron Fist. He just proved it.
Yeah, this is actual Danny Rand. They thought they were hiring the same guy, but they didn't. It's Finn Jones.
This guy doesn't brood enough to be the
Take
Iron
this
Fist.
with gun blasts. I'm not afraid of you. You know why? 'Cause pew pew. I'm going to do the exact same thing and not change my body posture at all. I don't believe what I'm seeing, but I'm going to continue doing the exact same thing.
I'm only affected by ILM special effects.
Whoop. Oh no! I'm vibrating. I'm dead.
And that's how you do a killing.
Oh.
Stella, are you dead? 'Cause, Elle and I got some stuff to talk about.
Hey guys. Took me a while to wake up and stuff. It sucks.
One frozen robot. It'd been a while. That is not Stella Star. I'm pretty sure that that's Dwayne Allman.
I think it's Owen Wilson. Oh wow! I'm in this movie. I'm playing Stella Star being frozen. Oh wow!
Oh, Acton.
It's
Why
an
don't you just
honor.
zap me awake? Oh.
Oh wow, Acton, you saved me. You're my real hero. I'd like to see the remake of this movie featuring an all Owen Wilson cast.
With Luke Wilson as actor.
I like that.
I'd insist on that. They say Stella's heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Oh wow, I'm totally getting unfrozen by your magic and stuff. This is great.
This is the weirdest interpretation of Frozen that I've ever seen. Is she Ella or is she Anna?
My
Elsa.
I love that his powers just do everything. He's just do sex acting.
But he only does them at the most opportune moment.
What's happening to her mustache?
Kind of like that look. If we could leave her there.
There we go.
Yeah.
And now that just looks purposeful. Like she's got a nice little... Oh, it's all gone now.
It's like one of those cucumber masks that you always see in movies.
Yeah. I've never seen one of those in real life. A cucumber, I mean.
Yeah, you're more of a squash guy.
Yeah. Summer squash. None of that winter squash garbage. Oh, you're alive. I have no real feelings about it, except, you know, it's my fault. I did it.
Acton, why did you wake me up? I was out of this movie. I was ready to go at the Earth's core.
I'm back.
You're so sexy when you're dead, Stella.
I'm going to put my bikini back on because, God.
I mean, it had been a while since you'd had it on.
It's like we went to a Amazon planet earlier and that has nothing to do with anything else. You could. Haha, I'm a saboteur.
I'm more clever than Green
Now
Guy.
check this noise. Click, click, beep. We win.
Didn't want to tell you because I like knowing more.
Mm-hmm.
What is that arrow pointing at that she's wearing? Is there anything going
It's
on down there?
pointing at the place where gravity's supposed to be.
Is that the center
Down
of her
there,
gravity?
that way. Gravity. She's got them on her wrists too. They're just to remind her which way to go and which way gravity's supposed to be. Over there, down this way.
Battlestar Galactica, the kitten years.
Let's use the same shot, but put a tiny planet along the bottom. Are they going to the planet? They don't have to. They can just kind of go around it.
Yeah, it's probably faster to not go to the planet.
Check it out. Purple planet. Oh, I see. Very subversive. You got red, you got blue, and then you got purple.
We just got to make the world more purple.
I see what you're saying. I love it. It's beautiful. Let's not go to that planet.
Demondia.
Uh-oh. Space whales.
Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home.
Uh-oh. Red space whales. Splish splash. I've been taking a bath. Oh no! This space water is so viscous. It's like phlegm.
And yet no real damage to the spaceship. It just sort
Nope.
of goes through it. Like a car
It
wash.
seems to really be hurting our robo friend, though. Oh no! Red space water is bad for robots! Oh. On her head.
She was very worried about what it was doing to her
He
hair.
seems fine.
Yeah. Well, because he has the
He's a
natural,
magical boy,
He has the
yeah.
natural curls,
He's
so
Superboy.
he's insulated from that.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Ooh, it's like a jellyfish being poured into a Coke.
That's really racist that you had to call him a stupid robot. We all know that robots are developmentally disabled compared to humans.
I mean, unless they pass the Turing test.
Yeah.
And then they are tour guides.
And scene.
All right.
Stella, stay on the floor.
Get that space water out of the ship. All right. They've vented all the space water.
Everything's so funny to act in.
Man, you guys almost died. You guys are dumb.
I've killed you 3 times in this movie. All right, careful. Watch the hands there, Acton. We know what you can do.
Tell us about it.
Rupert Murdoch?
Bum bum bum. Space boredom?
Wait, there's mesh now in that uniform, which I believe there was
She
not
just
earlier.
added some sweet mesh.
Yeah.
Welcome back to What is Carolyn Monroe Wearing? I'm Andrew, and this is Kristian. Let's take a peek at what she's wearing as she comes down this sweet walkway.
This walkway that leads to a completely different planet,
Let's
not
get
the one from before.
Ooh, there she is in kind of an opaque jumpsuit.
This is when she's about to start her beekeeping collection.
This is the Apiary Adventures featuring Carolyn Monroe.
Is the robot's named L or M? I've already gotten
I
distracted.
don't even know.
I'm watching this movie, and yet I can't
I
comprehend
call him
any of it.
Robo Boy.
Yeah,
Roboy.
It was better.
Hello, Roboy. Hello, my dear Roboy. Everything's real foggy. Let's just keep wandering.
This is the warmest summer in Glasgow right here.
Maybe just be alert, robot. Use your whole robot thing. Sensors. You don't got a sensor for that?
I can only sense Hasselhoffs.
I'm also going to open the door for you and earn more money.
I will unlock the door for you every time you get into my space car.
I earned twice the amount of ever a ladybot. Not my fault. You programmed this.
I have an idea. What if, like, Darth Vader were, like, a stormtrooper, but also just, like, a really crappy southern robot?
And what if his head looked like Mr. Coffee?
Oh, okay, I like it. Maybe we can just, like, throw in little vibes of maybe, like, a Boba or a Jango Fett, you know?
Definitely go with some kind of assless chap back.
Ooh, I like
Oh,
it.
my
We'll put,
goodness.
like, a little red dot, like a little rabbit.
Oh.
Yeah,
I use my robot diplomacy and them guns.
Guns are robot diplomacy.
Stop it, please. And also, bang bang.
See, those guys don't get disintegrated because robot guns aren't as strong as
Barbarians
people.
are
Oh
always
no!
in slow-mo. Smash, you've been taking a
Yeah.
bath.
I may not have known what his name was. It was
Does that
a
one
letter.
have braces?
Yeah, she was supposed to get him off right before the filming started.
But you know what? She didn't want to be excluded.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of robot snuff films. I
We
just want to
killed
go
him.
on record saying
Yeah.
that. I prefer not to watch them.
Yeah. This movie really took a turn for the X-rated.
Yeah.
And the X stands for, excuse me, did you just kill this robot? Oh, its sentient little sweet-ass life was just snuffed. Snuffed quite out.
We hate Southern charm.
We're
We do
barbarians from a culture.
We do declare that you're dead.
We're also going to stick you on this cool little thing for a luau.
This is like the Ewoks in Return of the Jedi. Man, George Lucas stole everything from this.
All of it.
From the sequels, at least.
Mm-hmm. You know, and she's cooking in that little plastic suit.
Yeah. But it's actually Jiffy Pop, so you know she's not ready yet.
Mm-hmm. No, you'll know. You'll know when she's ready.
I like that they're having their aperitif. They're not. She ain't ready for eating yet, but don't worry, we got some stuff.
Yeah. We have several courses. In caveman society, it's actually a 7-course system. First the party, then the lady food. First the party, then the lady food. Oh no! It's the sun god, evil boy. But he has eye powers.
Yeah, people only have powers in this movie when it's extremely convenient.
Yeah. At no point do they ever explain the powers really either. They just kind of have them.
You know, Roger Corman didn't really get this far in the business with explaining anything that was happening.
Yeah. I was going to say, the director just kind of sat down and had a conversation with George Lucas. Told me about the Force. Well, you know, it's like a power in the galaxy. Nah, forget it. Just have it shoot out of their eyes. Too many words. I need more time for my shots of ships.
Starring Ted Knight and Jim J. Bullock.
My head sounds like I'm screaming in a cave.
But instead, I'm actually whispering in a cave.
Welcome to the mines of Moria. Here we pass under the bridge of Khazad-dûm. There we will meet Gandalf.
I'm Casey Kasem. The next long-distance dedication comes from Stella Starr. She writes, Dear Casey, why are you wearing that helmet? Is there any chance you're handsome? Well, Stella, you're about to find out. Hoff-tastic.
Yeah. I like how much you took off that mask.
But don't worry, Simon has plenty of energy, you know, downstairs where he needs it.
Right, in the basement.
The foyer, actually.
Right.
You know, if you go on the Hasselhoff cruise this fall, this is the only movie that shows on the TV in your room.
And
no episodes of Night
But the
Rider.
fun thing about the Hasselhoff cruise is Hasselhoff comes to reenact all the big scenes that he's in with them.
Yeah, but he made Carolyn Monroe actually buy her own ticket, and I just didn't think that was fair.
That wasn't really nice.
Yeah. He's got a gun, Michael.
We are in love now, let's hold hands. We've known each other 2 minutes, and we know each other's names a little.
They get married in the sequel, and it's actually called Wedding Starcrash.
Stay very close, I'm going to put my hand on your bum.
Oh my god, more of these guys.
Aha! Neck attack. Go away from them. Quickly.
Stella, I'm not racist, but those guys are lazy, and they come to this planet to steal all the jobs from the Hoffs.
You know, Stella, I don't want to make blanket statements, but if they all just got a haircut, maybe they could find a job.
I'm Hasselhoff McClure.
Oh, what a hybrid man that would be.
A man we would all aspire to be. Simon says, die!
Dougal Dave Hasselhoff. The manliest creature in the world. He killed himself because he was so manly. He couldn't take how manly he was.
As this movie goes along, I keep
It has
having
have
in the
dark
back of my mind that the DVD tells me there are 17 deleted scenes on
There's
the second
17
disc.
scenes they thought were not good enough
Yeah.
for this movie.
It's not a lightsaber.
Nope, it's just a sun blade. It's powered by the sun. Remember that mask? Because it kind of looked like the sun or something? No, don't worry about it. Take this, take that. I'm some sort of sword boy.
Hasselhoff really didn't get along with the actor who played Acton, only because his hair was so much bigger and bouncier than Hasselhoff's.
Yeah, and they had a couple hair offs, and it just did not go well.
Well, after this movie, he always had to put into his contracts that he had to have the bounciest
biggest,
hair. Yeah.
most voluminous
Yeah.
hair. Yes. Aha. I think that
You mean
long
those dead gods
god.
that we don't
Yeah.
play to anymore?
Your ancient art of prayer.
It's so sad to think about how Hasselhoff peaked in this movie.
Yeah.
It was never as
It
great
was
as
all
this again.
downhill from
Yeah.
there. Look at my sweet, beautiful hair, all backlit.
Whereas Acton went on to, well, do a lot of acting.
Oh, these are the jokes that you guys are here for.
Okay. Did that happen in
Go
this
on.
movie?
Yeah, sure, the red monsters. Yeah,
Okay,
totally.
yeah.
They made that clear. We're on the planet? Oh, I was like on it. Crazy.
Well, that's because you're Hasselhoff stupid. That's dumber than regular stupid.
The sound designers had a lot of work taking out all of the leather scrunching sounds. It's called anti-stealth mode.
They had to worry about Hasselhoff's uniform because even back then he spent most of the time on set holding in his gut. Just don't run on the beach. We'll be fine. He has to be written out of the beach scenes earlier in the movie.
He asked about the space cheeseburger situation. Plenty? I can eat them in the tub? Perfect. Let's look at it for a little bit. All right. Now let's go. I like architecture. I just appreciate, looking at things.
What I love about this is that they're walking on an actual green screen and they decided just to not key anything in there. They're like, nah, the green is pretty good. That's
Yeah,
all I
you know
need.
how green is just a different color than you usually expect? Well, perfect. Let's leave it.
Yeah, but at this angle, it's not green, so don't worry about it. Only
Yeah.
at the overhead shot.
When they go on the other end of the hallway, it'll just blend into a different color. Don't worry.
One thing that Roger Corman has never said about any of his movies: we'll fix it in post.
Yeah. Well, thank you for telling us. Otherwise, we'd have no idea where we are. We're just letting everything happen. Just going along for the ride.
There is a lot of chivalry in this movie, which I think I appreciate because, Star Wars is a little bit more sexist than this.
Sure. I mean, at no point did they say, after you, my dear.
No. Can I smash him? Whoa, 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 whoa. No
Whoa, whoa,
force.
whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
let's
whoa.
take that back. All right. Real monsters. Nice. You'd think we
Nice.
planned
Good
it.
reference.
Good reference. This movie is hurting my ears.
It does that.
Mostly because I've had this headset on for longer than I ever have before.
That's okay. It's part of the process.
I'm
You
starting to,
suffer for your art.
I'm starting to think it would have helped this movie if we'd eaten popcorn throughout.
Mm-hmm.
We could always
to nasty mouth sounds.
we could
featuring
always
Kristian and Andrew.
fake popcorn.
Today, popcorn with a little bit of water.
I told you no open bar.
Oh. This low-rent Wonder Woman scene is weird.
Hey, remember the duck robots from earlier in the movie? No, we don't either.
Haha, main villain character, and I'm back. And I've got men with guns.
One, Hasselhoff.
Wait for me to get there, you guys. Hold on.
Hold
Just
on. Don't start the
almost
movie
there.
without me. Oh, man. Acton is always doing something sneaky.
All right, finally. I made it. Now we can start the scene.
There were only 2.
All 2 traps. A quadrant of what? How do you measure time? Okay, you can translate it to an hour. You could have just said an hour.
You know, you could have just said we'll be dead. You don't
Right.
have to be among the
No,
dead.
you'll be among them. You'll be surrounded. It'll be terrible. You don't like crowds, right? You'll be surrounded by deads. It'll be terrible. Like a parade.
You'll be claustrophobic dead.
It's like Dia de los Muertos, but you're not religious or Spanish.
In Mexico, he's known as El Hoff. Oh, there's going to be fireworks. That's going to be awesome.
That's nice.
I have a special fireworks bikini. I
You're
borrowed it
such
from
a fun
Katy Perry.
little, evil guy.
You weren't in the movie in the beginning. You know, Acton really could be more forthcoming.
Let's throw in kind of an Aladdin thing in the end
Yeah.
here. I'm actually the prince.
You know, now that you say that, he's the spitting image of Jafar.
Yeah. Aladdin, you stole everything from Starcrash.
All we really need is a Gilbert Gottfried parrot.
I think both of these robots are actually voiced by Gilbert Gottfried.
Affleck!
We're here to kill all of the Stellar Star and their friends. It's a living, and they just turn to
Yeah.
the camera.
Don't worry, we don't have to actually watch you get murdered. We can trust our duck robots.
We're the bad guys.
We
We
have the-
always leave before we see whatever we want done.
Just once in a movie, you feel like the bad guy's like, I kind of want to see this because of how much I hate you.
Just
I would
like,
like, or you know, I'll kill you myself. Challenge of the Super Friends.
Bum, 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 bum.
Nope, nobody move.
Stay there. You stay
I
there,
like,
robot.
see, these robots are still in love after all this time. They still hold hands.
Yeah. They're so in love that they kind of faded the quality
Yeah,
of the...
well, they zoomed into the TV cut of the movie
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't keep the master.
Nope. Never
Bob
give
Hope?
up hope. I'm going to use my magic powers that I have very rarely mentioned. Hey, guys. What's up? Welcome to Acting Corner. I'm going to sidle up real gently.
Alexa,
Check it up. It's green now.
Alexa, how do you beat duck robots?
Is it whatever color he wants it to be?
Yeah, it's what mood he's in.
Yeah.
I'm in a green sort of mood right now.
He's thinking about the green guy that he killed. Thor, I think his name might have been. But
It was Thor
Yeah.
for no reason.
it's not like the Norse god didn't exist at that point.
No.
Even the comic book character was well established. Nah, no one will notice.
Let's do a sword dance. Sword dance, robot sword dance. Very, very slow. Robot sword dance. Look at him go. It's the robot sword dance, and they're dead.
You can sword dance if you want to. You can leave Stella Star behind.
But don't.
But if you don't dance, and then you don't dance, and you're acting behind, we can dance!
And they're dancing. Yeah, they're still going.
And he also had the green energy blade long before Luke Skywalker
And
did.
you
I'm
just-
telling you.
Did you just fade him into nothing?
Yeah.
I have so many questions. So many questions about why. Hiya, hiya, I could have helped before, but forget that, now I have to.
The only thing that Acton's upset about is that it singed his perm a little bit.
My perm,
It's going to take a while to grow back.
you bitch.
Hasselhoff, you're really making me look bad.
Hasselhoff, your mascara is flawless. That's a man I could really have a sword fight with.
If you know what I mean. I like the way that Stella, it's like she's watching a tennis match.
Yeah, she's like, go, hit him.
I could help, but better not to.
Oh, did you just throw that robot into a reactor core thing?
Yeah, tackle basically just
Tackle hit.
incinerates them.
Look at this space. Oh, here's another ship. And there it goes.
Remember? Demondia. We mentioned it earlier.
You know, in the years right before this movie came out, the bottoms of ships were really the most coveted and talked about parts of the space vehicle.
We understood that nobody wanted to see the tops of the ships.
Contextually, you really wanted to see the bottom because that was the part where all of the magic happened.
Wait, I thought I was out of this movie. How did it come back?
Sure, I'll be in the movie if I have a large throne. I won't, because I pushed a robot, and you know how they feel about that. Nah.
Now that's true. I don't know
That's
how useful he
absolutely
was up
true,
until this
yeah.
point, but certainly not from this point on.
Yeah, nope.
Now that Hasselhoff's in the movie, we kind of don't need
Yeah,
you.
we have our bushy-haired gentleman quota. You can't carry me. The plot dictates. Okay. I'm cool with that. I don't really know you.
Hasselhoff, I'll carry you the way that Pam Anderson carried you on Baywatch. You're welcome. Man, they could have done a great tie-in with Stella Artois if only that beer were popular at this time.
Are you feeling confused? Maybe like everyone around you is dying? Have a Stella Artois in order to forget. Stella Artois.
I'm about to die, but I'm going to live forever. Forever means something different in space. It means 8 seconds.
Hey guys, just leave me here. There's no reason. You guys are supposed to say no. We love you. Oh, God, this was terrible for my ego.
But what a sweet actin' closing theme. Thanks, John Barry.
Do you
This
think
is
he just,
better than
I
the
think
James
he
Bond
just
theme.
wills himself to die right here, so he just... No, he's dead. Turn around, he's dead. Yeah, no, he's already dead. Yep.
I know they said this on the Mystery Science Theater, but look, he quantum leaps.
Oh, yeah.
So in the next scene, he's actually going to be a rabbi in the middle of a bris. It's hysterical.
I was gonna say, actually, he just he fixed the timeline, so now the universe he's from no longer exists.
Oh, that was sad that happened to him.
God.
Daddy!
Papa Bear?
Can I borrow Kit and take Stella for a drive?
It's me.
Please don't touch me.
Dad, I mean, sir, it's good to see you.
Hoff. You know, you only have 48 seconds. You
guys.
could probably explain this after you leave the planet.
Guys, do you hear the music? I'm the goddamn emperor. Relax. We're all gonna do just fine. Sea plum attack!
You sunk my battleship!
Halt the flow of time!
So you run into a problem when you halt time.
Go on.
Because you should also not be moving.
Right.
But they've... And here's the thing, too, is like, if you can freeze time, why'd you only give yourself 3 minutes?
Yeah.
You went
Why limit?
from 40 seconds to 3 minutes. How about an hour? 2. That's what your mother said.
That's right, my son. 3 minutes are enough for many things.
As much as I love the see-through beekeeper costume, I don't quite know why she has the red sash on over it.
Oh, the little sumo kind of
Yeah, the
diaper?
dashiki, I believe. We're tuning into this movie to see lady parts, and you're covering them. Don't worry, you've got 3 minutes. Slow down there, Speedy.
Wait, hold on. Let's hoist the mizzen mast. And oh wait, this is the wrong kind of ship.
Capsule.
You know what I've always wanted is just to see more ships. Good.
Dearly beloved.
Good. Explosion!
Oh.
Everything exploded.
You really think they would have been more urgent to get out of there, but...
You know, they just kind of drifted lazily. Well, my son, it seems like the movie should be over, but it isn't.
They actually took this set and brought it to Universal Studios when they had Starcrash the ride. This is where you waited to get into the ride.
It was like the Tower of Terror, but awful.
More like Tower of Terrible. High five, self.
Hey, spoop! My Christopher Plummer armor is just for glimmering.
You must be as bland as I am to
Do you
ride
like
this
it?
ride.
It's a very grave thing I order, War.
Dad, our friends just died on a whole planet.
And those filthy caveman savages, but I don't really feel so bad about that.
We don't really have any misgivings about murdering them. Ship number 1.
Ship number
B.
2. Ship number 3.
Should we just count the ships? 4, 5. Oh, so many ships. 6. Oh, they're going for the record.
They're going
7, 8, 9 ships.
I don't think any
10
Star Wars
ships.
or Star Trek movie had
11,
8 ships take off
12.
at once.
This is 12 ships. 13 ships. Oh, gosh. 14 ships. This is Welcome Back to Ship Counting with Andrew and Kristian. 15 ships? Oh, yeah. 16 ships? Yeah.
This is the space.
17.
This is the interstellar version of Train Spotting.
18.
You just sit here and watch them go.
19. 20. Wow, they're really getting going.
There's no way they'd go to 20.
21.
What?
Yeah, 22. 23. Shut the front door.
You guys don't have 25 in
25.
you. Oh, my
This
goodness.
is crazy. 26? You guys shitting me right now? 27? 28?
And don't worry, none of these ships look like earlier
29?
ships that took off as well.
30 each with their own stories. 31, 32 side by side. 33, 34, 35. Bam, bam. 36, 37. This is crazy. 38. Oh my God, 39?
This is the
40?
time to announce that Andrew and I have
41,
40 stories
42?
of fan fiction about each of these ships and
43?
the
Yeah, we
crews
have
on them.
names and life
Yeah.
stories for all of them.
We'll be debuting that starting
Yep,
next
it's
week
coming
on,
up.
on
It's
the
a whole-
Popcorn Talk.
Yep, it's called The Life Stories of the Starcrash Fleet Warriors.
Star Crashapalooza, Chapter 1, Ship 1.
Out of all 42.
Yeah.
The magic number.
He borrowed this-
Master of
he borrowed-
screaming dramatically. His ship is literally a clutched fist.
Yeah, but then it stops because it's got arthritis.
Right. Well, he's getting on in years. Spoop.
Well, we still have 41 more ships to go, so
Yep.
I guess we're all right. Oh my god, no.
Ha-ha.
Bad, very bad shots.
And they only have one. They only have one ship to 42 ships. I feel good about the odds here mathematically. Uh-oh, they got a lot more guns. Uh-oh. And then, for those of you at home, just kind of like tugging on your collar. Tugging on your collar nervously. Oh no.
You just don't know if they're ever going to
40
get out of this.
ships. This has become the counting podcast.
You just go.
Welcome back to counting
We're
things
gonna
in
count.
space.
We're gonna count down. Oh my god! I almost accidentally hit stop on,
Oh no.
on the remote.
You would have
Imagine
made
how we would have been
start
stuck.
all over again.
By the way, everyone watching, and
Yes.
if by that I mean anyone watching, you're welcome that I didn't do the count for all 42 ships, which I thought about doing.
Yes.
42.
Man,
But see, I just said it that one.
Yeah, that
two
way.
times. That's
It's
all
worth
right.
it. That's good. In alt takes, they actually just have like the team's mice and rats and little bunny rabbits flying all over and just walking all over this little baby set.
It was actually really easy to get these
Super
sound
cute.
effects. All they did was they took a boombox, an old style radio, with a European plug, and they plugged it into an American outlet, and it just
Oh.
shorted the whole thing out. Yeah.
I like it.
I like that even they watched the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And by that I mean Bay watched the movie. Not in theaters anymore.
The Rock is looking real good in this.
Christopher Plummer is so heavily sedated at this point.
Yeah.
Looking back on my career, I've believed that this was called Quaalude, the movie.
You think on the back of all of those helmets with the arrows, there's just a little thing that says, "You are here."
How far in the process do you think they got of developing the action figure line? Because
don't
there are
know.
some of these I would
Oh,
have been interested
no!
in. Like
They shot a wait.
Trojan Golden
I
Coffin.
love this. So there are. I guess I didn't catch this the first
I
time.
don't think that
They
this was
shoot
actually
torpedoes full of dudes.
yeah.
Into
Some-
the ship.
Somehow they
And somehow the torpedoes don't just explode.
I think they edited this out of the Mystery Science Theater version.
This is great.
And Trojan Torpedo is probably my new favorite invention.
Trojan
By the way,
torpedo.
one of our spin-off stories is about how they developed the Trojan Torpedo.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
It's a harrowing tale.
Yeah, it's like the Star Wars anthologies. Special thanks to Gene Simmons of KISS for loaning his Love Gun tour outfit for the Count.
We're just gonna hang out in this sweet little throne nest.
Now they're even flying in
Now they're
Galaga
sending
formation.
the shark ships. Shark ships attack. Shark ship unit 2.
Baby shark do 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 do. I mean, you could be more specific because we're always looking to kill. Who should we kill, Count?
He just wants in general, just general kill.
Yeah.
Just kill in general. Gosh.
Do you mean like murder? Or
No,
do you want
kill. Just kill.
just
Manslaughter, vehicular. I don't care. Kill.
like
Just kill.
kill in a room with a great stand-up routine?
Just do
Count,
it.
you
Just
need to be more
kill.
specific.
This guy he just does not want
Oh,
to be
hey,
specific.
Count, I'm back in the movie. I don't know how I'm supposed to do any of this.
Oh, wow. I don't really understand how I'm supposed to kill anyone. Maybe if you could be a little more specific. I'm Owen Wilson.
Maybe Vince Vaughn could tell me how.
I wish I had a Vince Vaughn impression to add to that.
You're so Starcrash, you don't even know it. That's how Starcrash you are.
You're so Starcrash right now.
Starcrash, baby, Starcrash. I think Stella should be in the frame, but she was out of it.
I have an idea for a movie. There's a long segment where they're just watching a war happen, you know? Are the heroes there fighting the villain? You know, the main villain kind of on the front lines, you know? Kind of.
No. They're just checking it out from a safe distance. There's never any real danger for anyone we give a shit about.
Well, what are the stakes?
Good point. Steaks. We'll serve steaks to the audience.
Good. Yes. That seems like a solid fix.
And again, not disintegrated.
Here's an idea. We're gonna make a Star Wars, okay? But we're not gonna make it about some pretty boy or some some hero kid. We're gonna make it about everyday guys, okay? The guys that are fighting the war. Let's have an extended sequence where we get to see all of them, their lives, their trials, their tribulations, and then at the end, when they die, it means something.
Yeah, I don't care about what the Star Wars means to Darth Vader. What about the guys who work in the loading docks on the Death Star?
Yeah, exactly. That's the real salt of the Endor. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why this movie was so much more popular than Star Wars. Because Middle America could identify.
Middle America looked at this movie and saw themselves and said, "You know what? I am all of these 18 guys dying at once."
Hashtag I am Stella Star.
I am Stella Star. Hashtag. I don't think that's how hashtag works.
I think you could hashtag.
Hashtag. This guy's name was Frank. God, he has a story. I'm Christopher Plummer, and I decided to let all those men die.
That's how great an actor Christopher Plummer
I could
is.
have done something, I think, if only I had perhaps tried.
The only acting Christopher Plummer needs to do is to blink his eyes. And that was a very dramatic blink.
He blinked nice and hard.
You could see more pain there than in anything Hasselhoff's ever done.
Here's one of my things. Didn't they shoot the friggin' torpedoes through the windows of this ship?
Yeah, the space windows.
The
you
space
mean?
windows?
Yeah.
How are they? Is this guy using his called the Force to like hold all the air in? What is happening?
I mean, it's not so much that they're in space. It's more like they're at the planetarium for Laser Pink Floyd, just
This
to
is
do a
kind of
callback.
like a space mall of America
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Constipated. Please, Stella, not now.
Oh, are you still here? I'm conducting business. Please leave.
Yes. I mean, no. You're wrong, Stella. I'm the Emperor, and I know more.
Stella? God damn it.
This is the second outfit that Stella's had that is inspired by Jiffy Pop.
Jiffy Wonder Woman.
Well, looks like a couple of those kernels are a little overdone. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very proud of them.
Okay.
See, if I had watched this ahead of time and written out jokes, that wouldn't have been one of them.
I mean, but it could have been.
But that's why this is...
That's why it's happening. Son, let me lean over here and speak to you.
You have to feel like this is not the greatest transfer of the film, considering that Hoff is mostly out of frame.
Yeah, I was noticing that it's a little bit.
Yeah, that's why you have to get the letterbox version, the
Yeah.
widescreen.
You gotta
Just
do
because
it right.
you gotta get the
You
aspect
gotta do it
ratio.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, this movie was shot on
Come now.
4mm.
Hold my hands, and I will bestow unto you all my glory.
Now we're all best friends. All
They're
right, Hasselhoff, go take Stella and do whatever you
Finally.
menfolk do.
gone. Now I can practice my poetry.
Wait, this guy behind me, I haven't killed him yet. You know, the Doom Machine was really badly named. He was really sensitive, and he had a good heart. He just happened to have been programmed to destroy massively.
Sir, what do you think about naming it something other than the Doom Machine?
How about Death Star? No. The lawyers will be all over that.
Oh, come now. I named it when I was in high school. I thought it was terribly clever at the time.
I'm Stan Lee, and I remember when I invented the Doom Machine, I wanted to call it Dr. Doom, but Jack Kirby said no.
He said, if you're going to get a Dr. Doom, he's going to have to spend at least 8 years in medical school. And I said, oh, what is he dooming about? With all that schooling, he's going to want to help people. And we just had a fight about it. We never agreed.
And if you ever hung out with Victor Von Doom, the only thing he was a doctor of was doom and gloom. What a buzzkill.
Maybe we had a doctorate in a couple in mixology. You know what I mean?
And he wasn't a real doctor. He just had his PhD.
Yeah. Pretty hot deliciousness.
So it's great that this film has a strong female lead, but men keep telling her that they need to do things for
Yeah,
her.
and holding her hands. Oh, my.
Oh, L,
El's
that's your
back.
name. You sure your name isn't M? Because I was more excited to think that your
You
name was
jerk. You made us think that you died in a real gruesome death.
M. If you have a dead robot on top of a live robot, you might be a robot redneck. I was dead 2 minutes ago, Hasselhoff. And who the bleep are you, anyway?
Yeah, I don't remember meeting you, good sir. Maybe you could introduce yourself before you go bossing a robot round.
See, but that's why this is such a rich universe, rife for fan fiction, because we can actually write the story about how they first met.
Yeah, and we can also write in the inherent, like, robo-racism and robo-slavery that seems inherent.
Yeah, I mean, this was something that Gene Roddenberry was impressed about Starcrash, was the way that he spoke about robot racism without addressing it directly.
Exactly.
Look at this part of the ship. Isn't it neat?
I'm sorry, I was wearing pants when we got on this? L.
What if we dress her like Wonder Woman with the collar?
Does she have space earrings?
Yeah,
All right, sure.
Maybe little stars or something?
Her name is Stella Star, after all.
And then just touching their nose.
Oh, love it.
Did you say leave it to me?
I think she did. And they
I
just
think
kept...
we needed to have another take of
Can we
that,
get
Stella.
another take?
Carolyn, no, it was gold. Print it. All right, you're the boss, Carolyn. Also executive producer, Carolyn Munro. She called all the shots on the set.
All of the shots. She had everyone take a shot right before every shot. She didn't quite understand the whole term of shots.
This is actually a Playmobil village that they just painted different colors, but it's super close up.
All of these shots are commissioned by the person who put all of these models together and was like, I built it. You gotta make sure they see all of it.
Yeah, the models were all supervised by Timmy. His name was Timmy, and he was 12.
Yep. And he was like, well, I'm not going to do it unless you show all of the spaceships. I mean, 42 spaceships. You got to show them all, or I'm not going to make any more models for your stupid movie.
Christopher Plummer is trying to stare his way out of this movie. He's just like, if I look at the director long enough, he'll just say, cut. That's a wrap, C. Plum.
If I whisper something serious about my son, perhaps I will escape this place.
Thank God we got to see him walk up all those steps.
Yeah.
Wait,
What?
is this the Star Crash
he
that
puts
they
his
promised us an hour and a half ago?
Puts his hands on his
Yeah.
hips like little orphan Annie. I can't believe this is happening.
It's a hard knock life. One hard knock life. All right.
All right, let's hit our fist.
Did you notice that L doesn't do an actual high five? He just did a fist bump. That's
he
because he's super afraid of human germs.
Absolutely. He's quite a hypochondriac.
Yeah, he's like Howie Mandel. He doesn't shake anyone's hand.
He's like...
He's also like Howie Mandel in that he always puts a giant rubber glove over his head.
I was going to say he's like Howie Day in that he collides. Song reference.
And there was space laughter.
Space laughter. No one can hear it in space.
That's true. That's the worst part of space laughter.
Yeah. Most tragic part, really.
Is she
Lock
wearing a
'em in.
cape now?
She's got a cape.
She didn't have that cape before.
She's full-on Amazon warrior right
She
now.
knows how to accessorize. Even in the middle of a space battle, she's like, hold on, I need to put on a cape.
Let me get this cape on so it'll swing in space.
In space, everyone can see your cape. So just make sure you wear it.
Yeah, the cool thing about space is like it's constantly having that like cool hero wind.
Stay here. No, we have to leave.
Let go!
I still don't understand the little red rabbit tail thing he's got going on.
Well, I see now why she was wearing the cape. It's a very unforgiving outfit. Oh,
Woo!
oh, and now she's just going to jump.
Whee!
That looks like so much fun. This was the best part of the Starcrash ride, was the space jump.
The space jump.
Yeah, where you just possibly plummeted to your death, but
Yeah.
hoped you didn't.
Oh, you inarguably plummeted to your death.
Yeah, that's why they closed it after
Yeah.
after two runs.
Yeah, we went
One
on
run
it.
they thought like, it's probably just a glitch in the system.
Bad guy dove down with ship for no reason. I was so powerful.
But just think about how his ancestors will talk about how he died as part of the star crash.
You know what I can't stop thinking about is how sad it is. They just finished cleaning up all those bodies, and now
They should have just
the
left
whole
him to
ship
begin
is
with,
just
yeah.
a wasted effort.
One wasted effort.
Seems right. How long does the ship explode for, you think? Maybe like 10 seconds, so they just get the idea of it, and then, we move on?
Yeah. On that other planet, they only had 48 seconds.
The
but
ship explodes for 42 minutes. There's 42 ships that are crashing in. What are you talking about for 10 seconds? If we don't let this thing explode for as long as these people can hold their breath before they die, then what are we doing?
Roger Corman
Why are
had
we
a
making these
very
movies?
strict ratio for dollar amount versus minutes of footage.
Yes.
So however many dollars it cost to blow that up, that's how many minutes we got.
God. Perfect.
That was a weird
$50
jump cut,
million.
by the way. This is actually the dance sequence that was inspired by Saturday Night Fever.
Oh. I was going to say, this is like the ballet from Oklahoma. But in
Yeah,
space.
Elle is supposed to toss her and then catch her. But,
Elle is Judd. And he's been in love with her this whole time.
Stella!
Stella, you're about to hit the camera. Welcome home.
Sadly, that was Hoff's audition for Streetcar, and he never got any callbacks. He slipped it into the movie, though.
He
Good for
threw
him
it in
that
there,
he
but
tried.
he did not get it. They were like, throw on this little sumo diaper.
I wish I could rewind that just to see the Stella. Simon. Well, I guess I'm about to be a grandpappy.
Well, now it seems like all of the bits of the movie have really finished, and there's not a lot left for this to do.
Let's hope that the Amazon women don't come back.
Let me
They haven't been chasing after us ever since that sequence of the movie.
Let me smile a knowing smile, and whisper something pithy to you all. That thing will perhaps linger with you, and perhaps you'll forget it immediately and hope that you never think of it again.
And meaning. Christopher Plummer would have made a great narrator in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Christopher Plummer could narrate anything. Christopher
true.
Plummer narrates.
Directed by Louis Coates.
Just like Jack
Thanks,
Vance.
Louis Coates, whose name apparently was not Louis Coates.
Nope.
He had ethnic name Luigi Cozzi.
Luigi Cozzi.
You just feel like Luigi Cozzi would actually be the nom de plume for somebody, and Louis Coates would be the real name.
Luigi Cozzi is
I
probably
can't-
a much better name.
I can't recommend strongly enough that people don't buy the DVD of this.
No,
but if
do
you
not
accidentally
do it.
buy it, there's an amazing booklet, and Look, there are suitable for framing pinups of Stella Star. And by the way, you can get other great Roger Corman
Other
classics.
amazing classics.
Such
like
as Slumber Party Massacre.
Boom.
Humanoids from the Deep.
Bang, bang, bang.
A 2-movie disc. Death Sport and Battle Truck.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right. Battle Truck.
Double feature.
Before Sharknado. And, of
Nice.
course, Forbidden World, not Forbidden Planet.
Nope.
Anyway, I don't know how much people enjoyed watching this with us, but I hope they did. And how did Marjoe Gortner get top billing
I
over
don't
Carolyn
know.
Monroe?
I don't know.
I mean, Hasselhoff
It's
being
not
fourth.
alphabetical.
Yeah, he clearly earned it. He must have put up some money.
This was filmed in Rome.
Well, that has something to do with it. You know, that's the thing, is that Acton was huge throughout, not all of Rome, but in Milan alone, he was able to open the movie just really big.
That makes sense.
I don't know. I mean, I think it was fun that we got to
Oh,
actually watch the movie,
absolutely.
and we got to see some extended sequences. And
Yeah,
we,
some stuff we didn't catch the first time.
the Trojan missile
The
launch.
Trojan missiles. The
Through
best idea ever.
The
Through
big
the space
plate
windows.
glass window
Yeah.
that opened up into space.
You
This
know-
movie was rated for PG because it may not be suitable for pre-teenagers. Teenagers are more than ready for this movie.
Yes,
though.
the pre-teenagers, they need
Yeah.
a little help.
Honestly, the menus alone are probably why people might want to actually own this movie.
Yeah, there's
because when you hit play, Acton does a little bzzz. Anyway, Andrew, watching this movie
Yes.
again, are you more in love with this movie than you were the last
I
time?
gotta say, I am at an even keel of thinking this movie is simultaneously horrible and wonderful.
There's some really wonderful things about it. You know,
Yes.
upon further review, I'm really glad that Elle comes back at the end. I
Yes, me
think
too.
it's-
I had actually put that out of my mind or completely forgotten that or something because when he came back, I was like, oh, good.
Yeah, well,
That's
because
perfect.
he died in such a
Yeah.
brutal fashion. If only that we could have seen young Gary come back. By the way,
I like to believe that in one of the deleted scenes in this,
in this young Gary, oh
comes
my
back
goodness, that would be so
and
amazing.
helps with the final onslaught.
But this was fun to watch. Let's just say a cult classic.
Oh yeah.
That is a euphemism for piece of garbage.
Well, a cult is often a place where people would like to kill themselves, and I
And
think
sometimes
we're pretty
do.
much there.
yeah, well, this is the kind of cult that it actually came with a mystery packet of Kool-Aid. So
Oh,
don't drink it.
I mean, you could if you're
Yeah.
ready. Kristian, do you think that this is a movie that you will recommend to other people?
Yes, people I don't like, I will
Great.
tell them that they will
You-
love it. I'm like, oh, you are a total d-bag. You would love this movie,
It's just a
Starcrash.
Secret Santa gift for anyone you don't enjoy.
Yeah. What about the die-hard Hasselhoff fan in your life?
Oh goodness.
They
for the-
probably own it, but in case they don't, be
for
like,
the, in case they don't, just add it to their collection. This is a great, just like probably 7 minutes total of Hasselhoff being handsome.
he's
That's it.
very handsome in
Yeah,
this movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he has the fun little like I'm the sun mask man moment at the beginning there for him.
You
Sure.
can take a lot of things away from this movie, but Hasselhoff's handsomeness is not one of them.
Nope, you can't have it. It's staying on the Hoff.
Anyway, we hope people enjoyed watching
Yes.
Starcrash with us, and even if they watched it without us,
Yeah.
you know, or if they just watched us and didn't watch the movie, and
Yeah.
we're just like, well, these things they're saying
Whatever.
are funny.
We hope your lives are good. That's
Yeah.
what we're getting at.
But I feel like we'll be able to be back and maybe watch some more bad movies and talk about bad movies in the near
Yes.
future. So keep tabs on us. You
Yeah.
should, of course, follow the Mystery Science Theater After Show
You do it.
at MST3KABTV and go back and watch our past episodes. Even if you watched them already, go ahead and watch them again.
Check it out.
Maybe
Recommend
we'll
it
look
to
for
your
more
friends.
comments. Tweet at us.
Yeah,
And you can tweet at Andrew Mena.
that's right.
And don't forget the Dungeon Hall.
Welcome to the Dungeon Hole. There's a new episode coming out tomorrow morning, so
That'll
check it out.
be the third.
That'll be number
episode.
3. Get all caught up before then.
I'm gonna binge 8 episodes. I'm
Nice.
going to wait. I'm going.
You're
to
gonna wait until the 8th episode.
Yeah,
binge
and
them
then
all.
I'm gonna binge them all in one
Cool.
sitting.
That makes sense.
I'm not even gonna take a pee break.
Cool.
Anyway, I'm Kristian Bladt at Kristian DMZ, and we loved talking about Mystery Science Theater. We loved talking about bad movies.
Huge
and
fans.
There's always an opportunity to talk about bad movies. We hope to do something where we talk about movies that might not be as bad as we remember, or might be
Or
worse than we
Maybe
remember.
worse, maybe great.
So follow us, stay tuned.
Stay
Keep an
tuned.
eye on the Popcorn Talk Network. There's a lot of great shows where they watch good movies.
It's true.
And make sure to buy Starcrash.
And may the not quite force be with
Be
you.
with you. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys.
And the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.